Good morning, everyone. Today, we will continue our unit number 8, the amazing world around us. As you know, we first tried to discuss the title of the unit, the amazing world around us. What do you mean by that? And which exactly am I talking about? Am I talking about the world itself, or am I talking about specific places? And as we said previously, we talk about specific places, like the Great Pyramids, Abu Simbel Temple, Horus Temple, I can say the High Dam, or you can say a catching places around us that you can see. Either you can see it online, or you can see it by yourself in a trip or a vacation if you would like to spend more time. So let's take a previous review on what we studied last time. Last time, we talked about the comparative adjectives. And as we said, right there, this is Ahmad. Ahmad is tall. And when I compare Ahmad with Jonathan, I say Ahmad is taller than Jonathan. So what did I do? To most of the adjectives, we add ER plus than. Let's take a look at the next examples. Dean is stronger than Carlos. Now, if I want to make it the opposite way, and I want to start with Carlos, what will he do? I have two options. I can put the sentence in a negative form, or I can change the adjective to an opposite adjective. So if I'm going to start with Carlos, I'll say Carlos isn't stronger than Dean. But what if I want to change the adjective itself? It will be Dean, or Carlos, sorry, start with Carlos. Carlos is weaker than Dean. Moving to next. A plane is faster than a train. Now, still, if I want to make it the opposite way, so I say a train is slower than a plane. Moving to number 3. 5 Fahrenheit is colder than 85 Fahrenheit. Now let's change it. 85 Fahrenheit is warmer than 5 Fahrenheit. Next, we have Sanjay is younger than Tina. Now, as you can see, that Sanjay over here is the little brother. Now, what will I do if I want to start with Tina instead of Sanjay?
Mr.
So, hello dear, how are you?
I am fine.
Good to see you. Okay, so Mariam, as we were saying, Sanjay is younger than Tina. Now, if I want to start with Tina, do you know what will I do? Let's take a look. When I want to start with Tina, I can do one of two.
Tina?
Yes,
Tina
I can.
older than is older
Sanjay.
than.
Very good. Tina is older than Sanjay. Okay, so I want you to start with Tina and I don't want you to change the adjective. Can you do it?
Tina.
Just put the sentence.
Isn't younger than Tangier.
Yes, super, good job. Now let's move to the next one. Emma is older than Sharon. Now, as you can see in the picture, I guess you guessed who's Emma and who's Sharon. Now, if I want to swap it, can you swap it, Mariam, and start with Sharon?
Sharon is younger than Emma.
Very good. All right. My friends are quicker than me. That's obviously, or that's easy. We also said that we have short adjective, the ones that combine from 1 to 2 syllables, and we have long adjective. Like you can see, there are different tools for forming comparative depending on the ending of the symbol form of the adjective. Like the adjective close, we have closer, early, earlier, big, bigger, lazy, lazier, happy, happier, easy, easier, big, bigger.
Mr. Ahmed.
Hello dear, how are you? Hello Mr. Muhammad.
هو السيشن ساعة.
I know. Mr. Samir, Dr. Khalid, and you told me last time. Okay.
Okay.
So, as we were saying, hot will be hotter, and large will be larger. Close will be closer, as it's obvious over there. So, coming to the long adjective, as we say, it's long adjective. I can't add more ending or prefix or suffix to it. What I do, I add a word. For some 2 syllables adjectives and adjective with 3 syllables or more, we add more and then the adjective, then than, used to make the comparative form. For this example, this beach is more beautiful than that one. As you can see, the adjective is still the same. I didn't change it at all. I put more before it. Now, if I want to make it the opposite way, I say, this beach is less beautiful than that one. And we have here elaborating models. Spiders are more frightening than wasps or bees. If I'm going to change it or swap it, Mariam, can you help me with that? Can you start with wasps or bees?
Wasps are less frightening than spiders.
Very good, thank you. And next one over here, for me, I'm talking about my opinion, expressing myself. As I said, for me, history is less difficult than science. If you're going to compare it or put it the other way, we'll say science is more difficult than history. This book is more interesting than that one. And take care, I used interesting, not interested. With books, with objectives, we use interesting, the ing. This book is more interesting than that one. Walking is less tiring than running, and I guess we all agree with that. And we all agree also that running is more tiring than walking or exhausting. So, tiring, is it a long adjective or a short adjective. Some adjective can be used with both. Short, take the short form and the long form, like narrow and like other adjective we are going to see next. This dress is more glamorous than I expected. Now, if I'm going to swap it, I'm going to use less. But with what? I expected this dress to be less glamorous than I see. My job is less exciting than I thought. Let's move to the next one and talk about the superlative. The superlative adjective is when you compare one with all. Like, for example, horses are faster than dogs. That is correct. I'm comparing between horses and dogs. But cheetahs are the fastest land animals. So I'm comparing the cheetah with the land animals, all animals that walks in land. And that works for the same. We have short adjectives and we have long adjectives. For most adjective with one or two syllables, we add est to the adjective itself, and before the adjective, we put the. Take care of that. So the comparative has er, than. The superlative has the and the est at the end of the adjective. Giraffes are the tallest animals in the world. Blue whales are the largest animals in the world too. Sloths are the slowest animal in the zoo. Dolphins are the smartest animals in the world. And same here for the superlative with the small adjective or with the short adjective, like close will be closest. Early will be earliest. Big will be biggest. So lazy, lazier, laziest. Happy, happier, happiest. Easy, easier, easiest. Big, bigger, biggest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Large, larger, largest. Fit, fit, fitter, fittest. With adjective that is so short, it's containing of one syllable, like fit, hot, big. We doubled the last letter and put the ending we use, like the er or the est. With adjective that ends with y, like happy and easy, I omitted the y and replaced it with I plus the ending we use. Now let's talk about the long adjective with the superlative. For some two-syllable adjectives and for adjectives with three syllables or more, we use the most, then the adjective or the least. Right? The motorcycle is more expensive than the scooter, but the sports car is the most expensive vehicle. Or the motorcycle is less expensive than the sports car, but the scooter is the least expensive vehicle. So now let's move to the irregular adjective. What do we mean by irregular adjectives? We mean they are adjectives that had their own form. Like the verbs, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. The first is bad, worse in comparing, the worst, in superlative. Far, farther, or further, the farthest or the furthest. Good, better, the best. Late, later, later, the last, latest. Little, less, the least. Many, much, will be more, or the most. Now, moving to highlights from the previous homework. Okay, my sister is, my brother. Here I'm comparing my sister with my brother. So using the adjective intelligent. Intelligent here, Mariam, intelligent here is a short adjective or a long adjective?
Yeah.
Intelligent.
Long.
Long adjective. So can you tell me the answer?
More inclined.
Good. More intelligent than my brother. Very good. Iceland is Spain. Also comparative. But this time, cold is a short adjective. So Mariam, can you help me with the answer?
Iceland is less colder than
Iceland.
Spain.
Yes, very good. Is colder than. That skyscraper. The skyscraper is a building that's so high it almost reaches the clouds. That's why we call it a skyscraper. Is one of buildings in the city. I'm comparing the skyscraper with all the buildings in the city, so that will be a superlative form using the adjective tall. And as we know, tall is a short adjective. Mariam, can you give me the answer?
Taller than.
Great job. The tallest. Why? Remember, the tallest because this is a superlative form. The skyscraper is one of the tallest buildings in the city. I'm comparing the skyscraper with all the other buildings in the city. So that's one against all. Number 4, Charles is a student in the school. I'm comparing Charles with all the students. So that is also a superlative form. And this time, this is a short adjective that ends with Y. So Mariam, can you tell me the answer? Take care.
Neither
Take
than.
care. This is superlative.
Neither than.
Take care one more time. Superlative. Like the one above it, like number 3. The skyscraper is one of the tallest.
The noisy.
The noisiest. Very good. Thank you. The noisiest. Sorry. We'll change it later. The noisiest. Nothing makes me waiting on the phone. This is not a superlative form. Don't fall for it. This is a comparative form. So here I'm going to say nothing makes me more angry or angrier than waiting on the phone. Angry is one of the adjectives that can work with both short form or long form. Spanish is difficult to learn than Chinese. Little. And here we have than. So this is comparative between two subjects or two languages, and I'm using little. Mariam, can you tell me what will it be? Number 6.
The little.
Take care. This is a comparative form. Before the long adjective, we put less or we put more. Very good. So little will be changed to less. Okay. So how much are we going? Now take care in this sentence, especially in this sentence. How much are we going? Here what I'm comparing. I'm comparing the distance I walked or I went with the distance that I'm supposed to do it. So I'm comparing two that I can see, okay? I'm comparing two things. So here will be farther or furthest. Very good. Barcelona's stadium is new. Its stadium in Europe. And modern here is a long adjective that has 2 syllables or more. This is long adjective. And this is superlative form. I'm comparing the stadium of Barcelona with the stadiums in all of Europe. So can you help me, Mariam? And number 8, Mariam, can you help me with that? Okay, so it will be the most modern stadium. Now moving to part number 2. As usual, we'll start with the main vocabs. In this picture over here, what can you see? You can see the sea, a bridge. Is it a bridge? Do I call it bridge? Or what do I call it? I call it the suspension bridge. A suspension bridge is a bridge that's suspended in the water. And this is one of the views. Views is a natural display that I can see, like the sunset. And here's this man. Can you guess what does he feel? Or how does he feel? So, proud. Very good. He is proud. And here in this picture, this is a type of sports. Can you guess what type of sports is it? That's not a rock. That's a mountain. And he is climbing. So it will be mountain climbing. All right. And as you guessed, this is talking about the opinion. All right. I can express opinion with different sentences, and we will study it next. This book here is a guidebook. I use it to know all the information I needed before we do something. You can see it a manual. Look, they are the same. All right, moving to this one over here. So where can you see extinct animals and their bones, ancient artifacts, and other valuable treasures? Where can you see it? Correct. You can see it in a museum. Number 2. This is a model of an aircraft. But this aircraft is put in a glass box for the people to see it, but not to touch it. So I say this aircraft is on display, okay, or displayed, or in show. This here, you can find it at the start or at while you open your house, or while you are in the beginning of something like here. So we call it, this is an entrance, especially with symbols. This is the entrance that gives you an introduction to what's ahead of you. Okay. And this stone, especially this stone, what made the archaeologists encrypt the language of the ancient Egyptian or the pharaohs, and its name is the Rosetta Stone. Here you can see many valuable treasure. Yes, dear.
Treasure.
All right. Many valuable treasure. Can you guess what it is?
Treasure.
Treasure, correct. It's called treasure. All right. With last picture, can you tell me what do you see? You see a lot of water and good. A lot of water that's been pumped into the air. And this one we call it here fountain. Next, we have some important adjectives. Starting with politely. And being polite is more respectful way, or this is the respect when you show it to you, the person in front of you. For example, Maya asked her mother politely to play outside. And here she's showing that her mother, she is respecting her and asking her with kindness too. Number 2. Here we have probably. Probably I say it when I'm not sure of something. He probably is playing with his friends online, but I'm not sure what's he doing right now. I'm not sure. I don't know. All right. Number 3, we have afraid. Afraid equals the mean scared, or equals the mean frightening. When he saw the lion, he was afraid. Okay, so this here tells me a situation where what did he felt in this situation. When he saw the lion, he was afraid. Okay, moving to number 4, this is ugly. And ugly is a hard word to say. That's not beautiful, or that's not nice. For example, I didn't like the bag. It was ugly. And here ugly, as I said, is a hard word or a hard adjective. It means it's not recommended to say to a person. Okay, what do we mean by valuable? Valuable has a lot of things that can describe it. And it depends on the person. But for most of the people, they are the treasure has many valuable artifacts, which could be gold, sapphires, and mostly gems. Special. Special, it means something that I'm proud of. This is something for me. For example, when I say my birthday is a special day to me. Moving to famous and popular. Most of us it can be a little bit tricky. But when you talk about famous, like for example, the pyramids are famous all over the world. So when I say famous, it means a lot of people around the world knows about it and like it. Like Muhammad Salah. Muhammad Salah is a football player. In Egypt, Muhammad Salah is a popular football player. Around the world, Muhammad Salah is a famous football player because it's known to all the world, not only local or in Egypt. For example, this meal is popular in Egypt, but in other countries, no, it's not. So that's why, if it's local, I say it popular. This meal is popular in Egypt. Okay. Next, we have some important verbs. Write will be wrote and written.
Right.
Teach. Okay, Mariam, can you read the next two? Teach.
Teach, taught,
Great. No, next one.
choose, chosen. Think,
Choose.
thought,
Chose. Chosen. Good. Think. Thought. Thought. Okay. Next.
felt,
Great.
hit,
Hit.
mean,
Good.
then,
Last one. Thank you. Okay. Choose 3 of these verbs and give me 3 sentences.
I wrote my homework.
I wrote my homework. Very good. Okay. Another verb.
The pyramid was built.
In the ancient times. In the ancient times, it means in the very, very, very past. Or you can say was built 4,000 years ago. Okay, choose another verb.
I spent my email.
Spend, like spend time. I spend my time with my friends. That would be a better one. All right. Here we have a brace. So, Maha wants to take part in. Take part in means participate or join. School for the talented musicians. Can you guess what is the right answer? Mariam, can you help me with it?
Ambition.
Very good. Competition. Because that is something I can join in. I can join in a word. A word is something we win it. And I can't join a museum unless it's a journey or a trip. And treasure is for objects, and we're not objects. So there were more than 160,000 of Egypt's most treasure on display. As we said before, on display means on the show, or that something put in a glass box for all the people to see it. Okay, Mariam, can you help me with it? I find it a little bit difficult. Do I say expensive treasure or valuable treasure? I'm sure it's not cheap and it's not ordinary. So would it be valuable or inexpensive?
Number C.
Take care. Inexpensive, not expensive. Inexpensive is the opposite of expensive.
Number A.
Correct. Valuable treasure on display. The old museum didn't have for 100,000 ancient objects. So that's not spice, of course, and it's not trace. So is it space or race? Mariam, can you help me? Space. Very good. Space can take 2 meanings. Space, the place is where you can see the stars, or space when I talk about a specific area that I want. Number 4. What is the for your coming late? So of course I can't see what is the season. And I can't say what is the expression. So I can say reason or cause. Both of them are similar. But which one of these two will take 4? Can you help me, Mariam?
coming.
Of course,
Number B.
Great job. Super. It's B. What is the reason for? But do you know what if I want to use cause? It will be not for, it will be for of. What is the cause of your coming late? Number 5. In my opinion, history is the most interesting. And here, history is subject. Great subject. The Karnak temple is space crowded than the Valley of the Kings. Take care of that. More, very good. More crowded than. Okay, number 7. What do you know? The Grand Egyptian Museum. I'm asking about know. Do I say what do you know on, or at, or of, or about?
About.
Great, about. This is a or an film. It tells us about the life of Alexander the Great. It talks about the life of Alexander the Great. So I'm sure that's person in the past and talking about the life or he lived. So it will be not romantic. It can be action, but I'm sure it is. Mariam, it would be?
Action.
I'm talking about the life of a person.
History.
Good job. It must be historical film because it talks about the life itself of a specific person. The police try to people from thieves and criminals. Can you guess what it is? They try to destroy, try to hide the people, refuse or protect. What would it be? The police do what? Mariam.
Protect.
Very good. Excellent student. The police protect. Number 10. The car park is 10 meters under the ground. It's very high above the ground, long on the ground, or tall also above the ground, or deep.
Deep.
Very
Deep.
good. Deep. So deep with under the ground. Empty is the opposite of dangerous.
Without. Crowded.
Crowded. Good. Crowded means full of people. The Valley of the Kings is one of the most places for tourists to visit.
Expensive.
For all the tourists to visit, and also for all of us to visit. Like the word famous.
Popular.
Popular, very good. Excellent. Popular. All right. Okay, now, opinion. That's an interesting subject there. Let's see, what do we have? So as you see, I can see what I think. I think my opinion is I, listen to me, I say, and something else. So first, we will talk about how can we ask about opinion. We have 3 different questions that we can use them to ask about opinions. Like, what do you think of? Or what do you think about? What's your opinion of, or what's your opinion about? Do you agree that? So when I answer a question that's asking me about my opinion, I will say, or I could say, I think, or I believe, or you can say, in my opinion. So now moving to agreeing and disagreeing. Now someone tells me about his opinion about something. Now I can agree with him saying, I agree with you. Or I think so. Or I think the same. Or you can say, that's what I think. Or if you want to write a short answer, you can just say, I agree. Now, if I disagree, I can say, I disagree with you. Or I disagree. Now, I want to tell him about my own opinion. So I'll tell him, I'm sorry. But then give him my opinion. Okay, now there is a more rude way and disagreeing, where you can say, no, you're wrong. This is a rude way, a not polite way to express your opinion. Okay, we have also some important things to mention, which is what and how. So here, what and how are similar to each other. For example, how comes after it an adjective, and what comes after it a noun. So here are the most common how and what equals. When you want to ask about the tall or high, I can say, how tall are you? How high is the building? Or what height are you? Or what height is the building? How long is the road? What length is the road? How deep is the tunnel? What depth is the tunnel? How old are you? What age are you? How much? Here, how much we use with two. How much money or how much space? For example, that's why we say how much a price for money, how much quantity for the quantity or the amount of things. As for how many, its equal is what number. How wide, what width. Mariam, can you help me and read the first example right here?
How old are the pyramids?
Good. Can you guess what will be the other meaning using what?
What age?
Good. What age are the pyramids? Now we have another one. Can you tell me what is this, Mariam?
What wide is Tahia Master Bridge?
Very
Again,
good.
how
Can you
wide?
give?
How
Good.
wide? The
Good.
bridge?
How wide is Tahia Masr Bridge? Now moving to the last one over here. How much sugar do you have? It will be what quantity of sugar do you have? Okay. So after knowing that, let's talk about the most important or the most important dialogues that you can see in this unit, specific unit. Okay, so let's complete the following dialogue. All right. Okay. So this is a dialogue between Omar and Ali. Omar saying, "Can I ask you some questions?" Yes, of Mariam?
Of course.
Good. Yes, of course. How
How
is the
old?
Great Pyramid? Good. How old? Or how? Should be how high. Because here is it? It's 146 meter high. So good. How high? This one would be how high. All right. It's 146 meters high. How many people live in Tokyo in Japan? Now, I'm not sure about it, so I'm saying the approximately number, expressing it with I can say about or around. Space length is Lake Baikal in Russia. Can you tell me the answer here?
How long?
What or how? Here, that is length, the noun.
But
The noun. I'm talking about the noun. So, what? What length is Lake Baikal in Russia? It's 220 kilometers long. How old is the Luxor Temple? It's under 3,500 years. Oh, very good. Okay, this is the next dialogue we have right there. Can you guess which bridge is that? And this bridge is in Egypt. And this is the widest bridge in the world. It's Tahya Masr Bridge. Okay, so here we have a conversation between Osama and Tariq. All right. So here, hi Tariq, hi Osama. Where did you go yesterday? I went to enjoy across Tahya Masr Bridge. Can you think of the answer, Mariam? Okay, so right there, it will be, I'm talking about the view, the natural view that I can see. So it will be the view across the Tahya Masr Bridge. Oh, really? How did it take to finish it? I'm talking here, it took 32 months to finish it. So I say how much or how long?
how
I'm talking about a period of time. So let's repeat it with how long did it take to finish it? I'm talking about a specific period of time. So it's not much, it's long. So much might be the obvious answer, but I have to think about it. Much talks about the quantity. I'm talking here about the month, so it's long all the time. Do you know that it's the words suspension bridge? And as I said previously, the word widest suspension bridge. Okay, yes, of
course.
good. What is the best to cross the bridge?
View.
He told him at sunset. At sunset. This is time. So what is the best? Good. What is the best time? What a beautiful view. As you can see here, the view from Tahya Masr Bridge is astonishing. Okay, moving with the next exercise right there, correct the underlined words. So, how much people helped to build the bridge of Tahya Masr?
How many?
Read. How many? Salma is the most active girl. Okay. How long is it? It's meter wide. Good.
Wide.
Wide. Wide. That's not high. You could say high, but high isn't the correct answer. The correct answer is wide. Why did I write wide? Wide? Because in the answer, he told me that
Wide.
it's wide. Good. How ages Basim?
What?
What? Correct. Number 5. Rahma is the most polite girl I have seen.
Rahma is the most polite girl I have met.
I have ever, because I'm comparing what I see right now with everything that every girl I see. So it will be I have ever seen. The Nile is river in the world. I'm
Longest.
comparing longest. Very good. My brother is at English than social studies. Yes?
Is
Better.
well. Better.
Yes. Then I'm comparing the English subject with the social studies subject. Two subjects. Who is tallest, Nabil or Maher? Two
Taller.
person. Who is taller? Trains are than cars. Fast.
Faster than. Faster.
Good. Faster than. We went early because that is the quieter time.
Quietest.
That quietest time. Very good. Okay. And with that, we finished our session for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye.